This is WCRN Weekend with your host, Pat Rice.
Welcome to another episode of WCRN Weekends with Pat Rice on AM 830. Calling into the show right now is Caroline Freedman, who is the CEO of Freed Foods and have created the brand and company NurturMe, which is a brand that specializes in baby food that goes by the quote, tummy friendly, for its healthy recipes. But now, NurturMe is breaking outside of the baby food category and reaching into new territory by creating safe and healthy food for the whole family. We will be discussing about the latest products along with some of the history of NurturMe. Hi, Caroline. Thank you for calling into the show today. How are you?
Hi, Pat. Thank you so much for having me. It's great to talk to you.
Anytime. My pleasure. So you have this big company going on right now. When and how did you create the company and brand NurturMe?
So we started NurturMe, and we, I mean my co-founder Lauren De La Rosa and myself, we were becoming moms for the first time back in 2010. And so the company was started about 8 years ago, and it was one of those brands that really was just born out of necessity when, 8 years ago the baby food category looked very different from the way that it looks now, and it was still primarily non-organic foods, pureed baby foods in bulky glass jars, and Lauren and I just saw an opportunity to create a brand and a product that was going to appeal to parents like us, that were more nutritious, first of all, that were packaged in more innovative ways, and just had overall more nutritional value and benefits for both the baby as well as working parents who are selecting products like ours.
Absolutely. At what time in your life did you become health conscious, and why?
So I've lived in Austin now for almost 20 years. NurturMe is an Austin-based brand, and it's a pretty active lifestyle down here, so I would say that I've really just gotten influenced by kind of the health and wellness of the community in Austin, and it's really something that is important to me, and now, especially as a parent, important when I'm selecting products for my kids.
And can you purchase your products nationwide, like out of the U.S. as well?
Yeah, we've got our products in almost 10,000 stores nationwide, and we're in places like Target, Sam's Club. We are in Kroger stores. In the area where your listeners are based, we're in stores like Stop and Shop and Bye Bye Baby, several retailers nationwide.
Awesome. So you guys are all over the place. Yeah, you obviously have a known name. When you guys first started, was it easy to sell your idea and product to the market, like organic, healthier baby food?
It was, because I think the category was ripe for innovation and for more organic offerings. And that's really the opportunity that Lauren and I saw when we were, we were just perusing the baby food aisle as new parents, saying, what kind of products would we feed our kids, and what's the whole feeding process? How does it even start? Because it can be very overwhelming for new parents. And that was when we noticed there weren't many organic offerings. There weren't many innovative ingredients being used. And so we really did see that opportunity. And of course, several organic brands within the 8-year span of time that NurturMe has existed. Many other organic brands similar to ours have also emerged. But we like to think that we're really unique because of the tummy friendliness factor that you mentioned in the intro. But we did, when we first launched the brand, we benefit from having Whole Foods Market here in our backyard. That's where the corporate offices are located. And so that was our first meeting, and that was our first yes. So we launched NurturMe there in Whole Foods back in 2010, and we've been growing ever since.
Terrific. I was going to ask, how do you feel about the other so-called healthy baby food products compared to yours?
So there are many great brands, many of whom, that had a few years head start on us, actually, and we emulate their success and the fact that they do offer really healthy, wonderful products. What makes NurturMe unique against all the competitors is that as a brand, we can say none of our products have any gluten, dairy, soy, or egg in them.
Wow.
And then we go a step further, and we also add probiotics into most of our products. And so when we call ourselves tummy friendly, what we mean is we're removing certain ingredients that tend to be allergens. So some of the top 4 common allergens we don't have in any of our products, because some people might have an allergy to them, but other kids might just have an upset stomach, or perhaps dairy, for example, creates some sort of gassiness or fussiness. So we've removed all of the problematic ingredients that can cause those types of reactions, and then we've also added in the probiotics, which is the good stuff that rebuilds healthy bacteria in the gut And so that's what we mean by tummy friendly. And so if anyone is selecting any of NurturMe's products, they can rest assured that those are the attributes that are being offered, whereas that's not the case with the competition. So even with some of these other great organic brands, many of them do include a lot of those ingredients that I named.
And how is it creating a product without those ingredients? I know a lot of people use dairy, soy. Was it difficult? How did you get around that?
Well, in kids' products, they tend to be plant-based. So, on the one hand, we just had the opportunity to innovate with more interesting fruits and veggie ingredients, and then we also really have a focus on ancient grains. So instead of wheat or even rice, which a lot of baby food products tend to be based in, we have a focus on quinoa products and then also ancient grains, which include not only quinoa, but sorghum and millet, amaranth. And those are healthy whole grains that have a lot more nutritional benefits than wheat or rice do.
On a side note, how do you feel about the diets of many Americans today? Do you see that maintaining a healthier lifestyle is becoming more common in our society compared to previous years?
I think I like to think that that's the case. I mean, of course, we do have an obesity epidemic and diabetes and all kinds of health issues that I think do pertain very much to Americans' eating habits. But I also see a lot of certainly interest and a lot of growth in organic products. Like that's one great example that I can cite of the success and popularity of organic brands like ours. But certainly we do have a long ways to go, I think, in terms of really shifting the American diet towards more healthy eating habits.
Definitely. And how important is it for a young child to eat healthy? What are some of the most essential vitamins and nutrients a baby or humans in general should have on a daily basis?
Any kinds of vitamins, of course. Choline is something that's an essential mineral that babies and infants should get, as is iron. All kinds of vitamins and minerals that are really instrumental in healthy development. Of course, it's so critical that babies are fed optimally healthy products because so much of the development that they're undergoing at that young age. It's, of course, important also for parents to eat healthily, but so much brain development and organ development, eye development, all of that goes on in the early years, which is why it's really critical for babies to be fed optimally nutritious foods.
I hate to put a pause to this right now as we're about to get into some of the latest products by Caroline and NurturMe, but we'll do that when we get back from the break. You've been listening to WCRN Weekends with Pat Rice on AM 830.
Welcome to WCRN Weekend and your host, Pat Rice.
We return, and in case you missed it, on our last segment, we introduced Caroline Freedman, who is the founder and CEO of the company NurturMe, which specializes in healthy baby food. But now, their specialties aren't only just in baby food, it's for the whole family. Listen to this. Now, recently, NurturMe has released some new products that aren't just for toddlers, but they're for the whole family. What made you guys come up with this idea to extend your products for everyone?
Yeah, thanks for asking. We're really excited about these new products. The reason why we're expanding beyond baby is because we really have this platform of tummy friendliness, and it's something that, first of all, it's unique in baby. We're the only brand that can really say we have this focus and this commitment to digestive health for babies and kids. But we really see our customer base and our audience expanding outside of the baby aisle when they're looking for products for their families. And so for the platform that we've established in the baby category, we really think that we have the opportunity to expand into other aisles, kids snacking aisles, the gluten-free cookie and cracker aisle, even the dairy set potentially. These are some potential places that you're going to begin finding NurturMe products. And what we're really continuing to be committed to is that any of our products will not have gluten, dairy, soy, or egg, and then the majority of them will have a serving of probiotics. So it really was just an opportunity for the brand to expand beyond baby so that we can offer additional products for the family that have a tummy-friendly focus.
And you guys just recently released these products out to the public this past month, correct?
Yes, we always attend an annual trade show called Expo West, and that's where we tend to launch our new items for the year. And so as of this March, you can find our new Ancient Grain cookies, which include a daily serving of probiotics. And then we also have a dairy-free yogurt alternative. And currently, all those products are available on NurturMe.com, where you can also purchase them on Amazon.com. And then you'll start seeing these products on retail shelves near you as well.
How long do you think that will take for them to hit store shelves?
Throughout the year, we're getting placement in places like Target and Kroger and some of the accounts that I named. So in the coming months, that they should be available to your listeners.
Cool. How did the expo respond to the products? I'm sure you guys had people trying them, right?
Yes, it was so great. We were so proud of kind of the growth of our brand. It's always a good annual check-in to see industry contacts, both retailers as well as marketers and media people. It's a really great event, and NurturMe really made a splash this year. We had a great big booth that showed all of our 25 different products that we offer, and we got great feedback on both the taste of our new products, the Ancient Grain cookies and the dairy-free yogurt alternatives, as well as the look. We've got a really slick packaging that we're launching, and again, both those products can be found on NurturMe.com if your customers want to take a look.
What's different with your packaging for your products? Just curious.
We've always been really proud of our branding, which it really pops off of shelf, and then it also, we think, does a successful job of explaining the value of tummy friendliness and why we include probiotics and why we exclude other ingredients that we think can create digestive issues.
Perfect. So it gives information to the consumers, because most of the time you go into the supermarket, you pick up a bag of whatever, and it just has the nutritional facts, but it doesn't tell you what's good and what's not and what exactly they put in there, you know?
That's a really good point. And we, to that point, we also pride ourselves on having a very short ingredient deck, the list of ingredients you can find on the back of pack. And we even have kind of an infographic on the side of all of our package, which shows, for Ancient Grains, for example, there's a little image of quinoa, and then it explains that quinoa is a complete and balanced protein with all 9 essential amino acids. So all the nutritional benefits are also clearly explained, along with just kind of the short list of ingredients that are in each of our products, which is really only the good stuff, is what we like to say.
Incredible. And to go back to some of the products you guys just released, I know you mentioned the Ancient Grain textile cookies, which can come into a cocoa flavor along with a lemon honey flavor, which sounds really good. And then you guys also have a couple new yogurts. One of them comes in a purple carrot, banana, and berry flavor. That sounds delicious, like a great way to start off your morning for breakfast. And then another yogurt you have, which comes as sweet potato, mango, and guava flavor. Could you tell us a little bit about those products? Yeah,
so this was something that again, we did launch at the recent trade show that were really well received. And the reason why this product is so interesting and innovative is that it is a dairy-free yogurt alternative. And what we mean by that is that the creamy base is made of quinoa milk, coconut cream, and pea protein. So again, this is a plant-based yogurt that actually has a fabulous creamy taste, but none of the lactose and none of the other types of yogurt alternative bases that are less healthful. So it's a really yummy fruit and veggie blend that you mentioned. Sweet potato, mango, guava is one example. And then that creamy yogurt base is made out of those great superfood, plant-based proteins that make it a really nutritious snack.
How did you guys come up with the different kind of flavors for the yogurt? Because, to be honest, this is the first time I've ever heard of a purple carrot. I'm not too sure what a purple carrot is, but it sounds good along with the banana and berries.
Yes, so I really have to give my co-founder Lauren credit for all of our product development. She's the foodie of the team and really has kind of a finger on the pulse of what are trending ingredients and what are super nutritious ingredients. And so she does a lot of work within our supply chain to identify delicious foods that are going to have really impactful nutritional benefits.
That's terrific. Where do you guys get most of your grains and veggies from?
We source most of our raw ingredients here in the U.S. There's a number of farms that we work with across the country. We do, however, source our quinoa from Latin America, and that's just a grain that tends to grow there profusely. And we do have an agreement with one of our quinoa suppliers where we actually have a giving campaign that returns a portion of proceeds back to the community where we source the quinoa from. And that's just a charitable campaign that we have because this is a fair trade supplier that is located in the Andes, and we've been really grateful to see the impact that companies like NurturMe have on the farmer's livelihood because of our supplier agreement. And so quinoa is the one ingredient that we source internationally, and otherwise everything comes from the USA.
That is wonderful. From the charity thing to, it seems like you guys are what keep farmers' businesses alive compared to processed food.
We like to think so, yeah. And we've made a lot of really meaningful relationships with the farmers that we work with, and they create wonderful products and do a wonderful service for all of us.
Okay, we got to take a quick break and maybe put in some orders through NurturMe.com. Once we get back, we'll continue our discussion with Caroline and the future plans for NurturMe. You've been listening to WCRN Weekends with Pat Rice on AM 830.
You're listening to WCRN Weekend. Once again, here's your host, Pat Rice.
We are back, and in case you're tuning in now, we've been talking with Caroline Freedman, the CEO and founder of NurturMe, which specializes not just in healthy baby food, but now healthy food for the whole family. We are going to talk to Caroline about her future plans and get much deeper into the NurturMe world. Would you ever extend your company into like making healthy beverages, dinner meals, desserts?
So we do have a very robust product development roadmap. It includes some of the items that you named, and really, the focus is on growing our brand and creating products that families need. Specifically, what we've identified on the product roadmap we've laid out are, where is there white space in the grocery store where there's an aisle that a tummy-friendly offering does not exist. And so, as I said, we've kind of identified a few of those for our new products this year. We think that the dairy-free yogurts, fill a void in that category. We think our probiotic ancient grain cookies also fill a void in the cookie sets. So that's the approach that we're taking is where are there not products available that families might be looking for something with a digestive health focus.
Okay, and would you say that is the future for NurturMe? What is the future for your company?
Our goal is to make NurturMe a household name and a household brand with a larger and growing portfolio of products that address all ages, all the way from infancy into toddlerhood like we currently have, and then even up into adulthood where we've got products that parents and other members of the family are looking for as well.
Absolutely. And would you, when it comes to that point in time when you guys continue on growing and the operations getting even bigger, would you guys ever open any personal store locations? Like it's a strictly NurturMe location where people can go to the NurturMe store. So it's like a separate supermarket from the rest of them.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. I mean, what I foresee as being that NurturMe storefront is actually an e-commerce opportunity, so NurturMe.com, which is somewhat that way for us now. Certainly, we welcome your listeners to check out our website, and there's an opportunity to really grow our e-commerce channel, just as as many other e-retailers are already doing. But that's really where I see the NurturMe storefront of the future is online.
Exactly. Like a lot of things nowadays, everything seems to be shifted online. It's incredible.
Very true.
Amazon's another big one that's definitely taken over the market by storm.
Very true, and I think that growth has to do with a lot, in part anyway, has to do with a lot of shopping trends of millennials and other new young generations, and that certainly affects us as a brand that has primarily offered products to babies and toddlers. As millennials become parents and their shopping habits are more online than in brick-and-mortar stores, that's created a need for us to respond to those habits and get more of our marketing online. So we're investing more heavily in digital marketing programs so we can reach our customers there, and then also making the shopping experience online more seamless for customers so that when they identify a NurturMe product they love, they can easily purchase it either on our website or elsewhere.
Definitely. What would be some advice you can give to new mothers and fathers trying to learn about nutrition for their children? Because, like you said, a bunch of new parents will be coming into our society, along with the millennials, having babies, and some of them might not know exactly where to start.
Yeah, I think, there's so many great online resources, including NurturMe.com, where we include a lot of helpful information about our products specifically, as well as ingredients that we offer. But I would also just encourage, you always want to seek the consultation of professionals rather than just reading a lot of unsubstantiated information online. Your certified pediatricians, and those types of people and organizations that are accredited to give new parents advice. Because believe me, I know that it's overwhelming as a new parent and all the information you're inundated with, that you really want to be sure you're seeking out trusted sources for information. And to that point, we do have a pediatrician that has worked with NurturMe and has provided questions and answers on our website about the benefits of quinoa specifically, as well as some other foods that are beneficial to feed your little ones.
Wow, that is great. So how would you like to see the food and beverage industry change within the next 20 years?
I think that we're already seeing the very positive trends emerge. A lot of people, as we were saying earlier, are becoming more interested in health and wellness, and as a result of that, you're seeing the food industry respond by creating products that have clean ingredient decks and that are organic and don't include a lot of chemicals. So I think the persistence of this trend, which is a growing movement that's alive and well, I think will create radical shifts in overall U.S. health. And so I don't think there's anything necessarily new that needs to emerge as much as the current trend needs to continue to kind of overwhelm our traditional and more conventional eating habits.
Absolutely, I agree. America really needs a change on some of their eating ways and habits, and I think that we're in a great direction, along with companies like yours. NurturMe is definitely one of the leaders in this kind of movement, and I think within 20 years, it will be a lot different. Just to bring up real quick, I saw that McDonald's was coming out with like a vegan burger. I saw that on social media. I can't say how reliant that was, but I was surprised. I was like, wow.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good proof point that, shifts are occurring, especially when a huge, what's considered to be not the healthiest food chain, comes up with that kind of option. It shows that real change is being affected.
Absolutely. And Caroline, where can people follow your company online? From social media links, your website, NurturMe.com. How can people get in touch with you and your company?
We would love for your listeners to engage with us. We're, of course, we have a great presence on Facebook. Our handle is @NurturMe, and same with Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram, of course. Our handle is always just @NurturMe.com, which is spelled NurturMe. We dropped the E, and it's one word, NurturMe.
Terrific. It's wonderful, nice and simple, easy to find. Once again, I'd like to thank you, Caroline, for being on the show today. It's a wonderful thing you're doing to create healthier products for not just toddlers, but for everyone to enjoy on the market. And we will definitely have to try some of your delicious recipes, and we hope for continued success with NurturMe.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time to talk with you today and for all your support.
Hey, thank you very much, Caroline. Have a wonderful day.
Great, you too. We
don't want to, but we gotta go. You've been listening to another episode of WCRN Weekends with Pat Rice on AM 830.
This has been WCRN Weekend and your host, Pat Rice.